on this video, we're gonna be getting real. Since your girl can't travel, I figured, let me just get deep and really open up and be transparent with you guys. So I did a question box, asked a lot of people, but I figured before I share other people's experiences, I wanted to talk about myself, child. Our situation and just how we are as a couple and as parents. Ooh, guys, I'm a whole mother. Princess B doesn't live with us yet. We're actually currently making plans to incorporate that, and that was my idea. Give me props. We're still trying to figure a lot of things out. We're still trying to, and we're still discussing a lot of things. There's still some uncomfortable conversations that we personally haven't had, that we literally just had for the first time on camera. Legit. We're still learning, I think, but I think overall it's great. We have a great relationship. We get along when our little girl ain't being Miss Sassy and Miss Moody most of the time. But I think we're good. Like, everything is good. We're happy. We hang out. Babe, you're supposed to say yes. What the hell?
I'm listening to you. Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'll bring it to the people.
No,
like,
but
we're
good. We're good.
Yeah.
We are good.
Yeah.
But what makes you uncomfortable, though?
I think for me, what makes me uncomfortable is just, and I have to always remember that when I was 12 years old, I was a nightmare to my parents. Like, I never got along with my mom at all. So every time when she's like, I don't want to talk to you, or like, I don't want to hang out, I remember that she probably just cares about her friends. I'm just like at the bottom of a totem pole in terms of like who she, and not because she doesn't want to see us or talk to us, but she's just entering her teenager phase. And I
like when she said to me, we don't connect anymore, like that, we don't connect anymore.
Yeah, and you were hurt by that.
And you were supposed to jump in and save me there.
How?
You were supposed to say something.
No, that's
yes.
Because it's your guys' relationship. Like, how was I supposed to come in and say what? Okay, but you see, things like that, where like we're still trying to navigate things like, Sony wants me to save him, I want to be saved. We don't save each other clearly. We have major issues in that department, babe. But overall, I think we're still figuring it out. I mean, we're only a couple of months in terms of like starting to be a family, really, truly. And I think once she moves in with us, sooner rather than later, and it's solidified, I think there'll be more challenges and more experiences and more, I guess, lessons that we're going to come out of this. But I also wanted to deal with, so I, like I said, had a bit of a question box on my IG, on my Instagram, when I introduced this topic, and I spoke about it quite extensively with quite a few people. And a lot of people, for example, I mean, I'm not going to mention their names, it's going to be anonymous, but
come on,
no, baby. There's this one person that said, thank you for slowly opening this topic. I mean, it's a tricky one indeed. And I think in South Africa, it's not openly spoken, as it's somewhat taboo. Like, how does it work moving forward? But it should be discussed on social platforms so that we are able to learn and re-educate each other, or rather educate each other, and be honest with ourselves, because things are not basically done correctly, right? And she says, I think respect and clear communication is important when dealing in this situation. Then another person said, now this is a bit of a drama, not drama, but this one says, hi Kudrano, I'm in a 2-year relationship with a man who has 2 children. I don't have a child at all. So it's a similar situation to mine, where I don't have any kids, or I didn't have birth any kids. And then she says, I've only met one. I don't experience baby drama at all, but my family don't know about me dating this guy because I fear being judged. My friends only know that he has 1 child, so I haven't disclosed that he's got 2 kids. And then she says, everything that you've mentioned is what I'm experiencing. So what I mentioned on IG was, how do we navigate it? How do we talk about it openly without fearing judgment? And that's basically was my topic on Instagram. And then she said, everything you've mentioned, I'm experiencing in terms of wanting to know how to deal with certain situations, in terms of disciplining the child, financial issues, etc. She's like, I don't like how judgmental my family is, so I chose not to tell them. How would you help her in this situation?
How would I help her? The first question I have for her, actually, before even trying to help her, is she comfortable with the relationship?
Yeah, so she's just afraid that she's going to be judged by her family, and she lied to her friends and said this guy's 1 kid and not 2. So I think it goes back to that thing of like, we're so afraid to express to our friends that we're dating guys that are that have kids or a kid, because people are going to be like, who told me? And then like, what are you going to do? Because finances are involved, there's so many things that are involved.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with I mean, we together now. You don't want to date a guy that has a child, but you ended up with me.
Yeah.
And we getting married soon.
Yeah.
So if you're going to listen to people and what they're going to think of you, you are not going to move forward.
Yeah.
So I think she should just be honest with them, and then the real people will stay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So this other girl said, I'm 27 and well aware the chances that I might meet someone who has a child. That's just the reality. She said, I've scratched it off as a deal breaker. My friends like frowning upon that in some, why would you want to put yourself through that, considering the baby drama and all. She's like, not more than, she's not prepared to be with a guy who has a kid. Not more than one though. She can do one, but not more than that.
What if I had two?
You know, we spoke about this. we were watching Gomorrah, and then we were talking about Mr. Dlamini's situation with his wife, and how now all of a sudden Langa is Mr. Dlamini's child. Like, I was not okay with that situation. Like,
but why? Like, it's not like I'm hiding in.
Guys, if you have Tony's child right now,
wow,
you finna tell me. You finna tell me if you are Tony's mama, because I am not ready for that shit. But yeah, look, it's honestly, it's not easy. I think it's not easy, especially financially. I think it somewhat feels like a burden financially.
So you're just thinking of the finances more than anything.
That's 2 kids to take to college. 2 kids to take to.
But yeah, no,
2 kids to buy cars for. 2 kids to buy houses for.
And schools are expensive now. Hey?
Like, it's a lot. But I mean, I do understand that it's not. It happens, and it's no like. It's normal.
So how are we going to save your friend there?
No. I think she was just making a point that she no longer considers dating a guy with a child a deal breaker anymore, and that's good. That like people are warming up to that concept. So this lady says it's difficult to be honest. My ex had 3 kids. Sometimes I feel like I'm being judged. I love kids. But I love these kids, but I hated the situation. She said, I always said never me. And there I was buying baby clothes and things that weren't mine. So I get what she's saying. So I think it's not about the children that people have issues with. I think it's about the situation.
But judged by who?
No, so judgment.
They're talking about
family. So with this situation, I didn't read the first part, but she says the guy had 3 kids and they were all under 4.
And she was afraid of being judged.
Yes, because she's dated by her family and her friends. Yes. So this guy had 3 kids and they were all under 4 years old. So you understand that now they are little manas running around. So that's a lot. And I think I appreciate the fact that she mentioned a very important point that it's not about the kids. I think it's about the situation. Because now this guy, which I also didn't read, is that he had 2 baby mamas, 4 kids. You know, she didn't say it, but there's that concept of baby mama drama. There's the concept of now, because you guys, be honest, have also certain expectations of us as now people people that you guys are dating to buy your kids clothes. And this is...
Yeah, you should.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not talking about me.
No, I'm just saying they should. I mean, if you're going to date me, and I come with my child and you claim to love me, but you're not comfortable with my child, or you don't love my child, but you can go out and buy me 5,000 rand t-shirt, but you can't buy my child.
No, that I think that I get, but I think let's also be realistic in that, guys. At the end of the day, it's a situation that you're not used to. It's somewhat, and I don't want to use the word unfair, because you know what you're getting yourself into by dating or being with a man or woman with a child. But it's that expectation of overnight you must be a mom or a dad.
No, it's not overnight. You must warm up to it. As you do things for me.
But not all guys or women are that understanding.
As I do things for you. If I had to date a woman with a child, which I have before, when I used to buy stuff for her, I needed to think of the child as well. Like, okay, I need to buy him something, you know, just to show the appreciation and the love that you're not alone in this, you know. Sometimes as guys, we also need to be made comfortable that, okay, she understands my situation
and
she's willing, and she's willing to help. That's why I'm saying I used to do it as well. I used to do it and I never had a problem with it. So why should, when it comes to you guys, it has to be...
No, but vice versa. I think it's the same. I think it's the same way. If I'm glad that you eased me and warmed me up to it, and you didn't like push me into the dungeon of, you're a mom, raise my child. Like we're still warming up to it.
Most of the people that are sending questions, they just want to jump into step number 10. They should take it
But also
easy.
their partners are jumping them into step number 10.
That's where communication comes in. If there's no communication, it's going to be a problem. They need to communicate about this and come to a decision how they're going to do it. But if they don't plan, and because now people there with those questions, a lot of them, they're just assuming that people are going to judge them, people are going to say this, but they never really sit down with anyone and talk about it. Instead, they come into your DMs because they're feeling a bit uncomfortable to talk about it, only to find if they talk about it, it's not even a bigger deal like how they're thinking it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, I think because, I mean, look, I have a lot of questions and I don't want to divulge deeply into them because they're still part 2 and 3 and definitely still going to get a therapist to assist. Yeah, but just to say, we'll get the last question, but we're still going to get a therapist to assist and really guide us, because as you guys can also obviously see, we're definitely not experts in this topic. We have our own perspectives and opinions, and also being mindful of how sensitive various topics are for various people, especially because couples are different. Some couples can communicate and some can't, or some are struggling to navigate through trying to communicate. There's certain expectations that are involved where at times you find yourself stuck and unable to tell your partner, I'm overwhelmed, you are throwing me into the deep end, give me a chance. Whereas, you know, it's always different, and I think it's important for me to say that so that we don't come across as people that know it all, because we definitely don't, as you guys can see. But last question, then we're going to wrap this up, because child, we could sit here forever, because this is really very sensitive and deep topic. So I have another final long-winded one. So there's this lady that says, you have just tabled a very important topic.
Don't you have a question from a guy?
It's different genders. So I haven't specified whether it's a male or a female.
Oh,
really.
okay.
So this is a different,
But they sound so female-like.
No, not.
Okay. No, carry on.
You have just tabled a very important topic, Ubrano. I was part of a blended family, being that child that was the bonus child to my bonus dad, or rather my stepdad. I recently married a man that has no kids. So this is a female. He is awesome with my kid. The best is really unbelievable. He's really unbelievable. She says, I truly think the real reason, or one of the key reasons this isn't openly discussed, is because there are so many difficult dimensions to this thing. People separate for valid reasons. Some separations are amicable, others are disastrous. Some are safety issues, matters of life or death, or even the emotional well-being of the child, financial strains those are the countless reasons. But I really do look, okay, she says she looks forward to the responses. But essentially, I think what she's saying is that she, and which is a topic I wanted to really discuss and wrap it up, but she comes from a blended family, or she was raised by a step or a bonus dad, or a dad that is not biologically hers, right? And she's more open, or was more open to the situation. I had an extensive chat with her thereafter, which I haven't read yet, but she had an extensive relationship with her father. And then when she met this gentleman, who didn't have a child, he also struggled to, I guess, raise her child. And I think I loved that situation, because she said, I understand, because I was also once in that situation. And I think it's always easier to navigate or guide somebody when you've been in that situation previously. So whereas with us, we were not necessarily, I don't know if your mama had a boyfriend and all, and you had a stepdaddy.
Not my mom.
Are you sure?
Not my mom.
And you had because your mama fine, so and you had a stepdaddy, and it was difficult for you to accept certain people in your life. But I think when you're in a blended family, it also is seemingly easier to accept, because you understand the dynamics. So I think in that situation, I can appreciate, and especially what she says. So overall, the theme of what this topic seems to be is financial challenges, connecting with the child, the expectations of the partner, and really just trying to work together as a family.
Yeah, but also I think people mustn't look at it as a bad thing, because a lot of them, they just get for something that they don't know. Don't be scared of the unknown. Just give it a try and see if it'll work, because there's baby mama, there's baby daddy. Some of them, they're nice. You just need to give them a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it for today, guys, because we could honestly sit here and read all your questions and just go on and on. But like I said, it's a part 3 series. First series done and dusted with my baby.
So am I coming back for the next
No.
one?
When you done? When you talk for too long. So with my next guest, you guys check it out next week. And yeah, the final episode, like I said, we're going to get a professional to help us and assist us with some of the questions that you guys have had. But thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, chat, and make sure that you get your friends to tune in. Send over your questions in the comments below. Let's engage, let's talk. This is an ever-ending topic and we can honestly learn so much from each other. So see you guys in the next video. Baby, say bye.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.